Shanti, good evening. Welcome.
Shanti, good evening. Om Shanti, sorry.
Om Shanti. Good evening.
How is everyone doing?
ओम शांति सौरभ भाई और आप सभी को
Om Shanti, Rajiv. Today we thought to take up this theme, who owns my mind? Who owns my mind? Last Sunday, Baba was sharing that we often play a game. And what is that game that we play? Hide and seek. Hide and seek. Hide and seek. So sometimes we are seeing Baba, but sometimes we go away from Baba. It's like we have kind of sidetracked. And today the thought was to really see what is it that takes us in the side and doesn't allow us to see Baba. So who owns my mind? It's like, to whom have I given the ownership of my mind? Because whoever owns my mind will actually control my mind. I will naturally follow. So it's like, another way to say it is like, who is on the driver's seat? So whoever is on the driver's seat will then drive my mind. So either it is the energy of truth, which is the energy of the soul, the energy of, spiritual reality, where we are naturally conscious of who we are, who do we belong to, where do we live, why are we here? It's a natural awareness. That's the energy of truth. And when truth owns my mind, then there are natural feelings of, let's say, love towards everyone, natural feelings of acceptance, natural feelings of joy. It's like we're enjoying life. We're enjoying Baba's remembrance. Versus if the opposite of truth is the energy of illusion, if that is controlling the mind, then naturally, just like Sita was kidnapped, and then Sita was put in the cottage of sorrow. And so no matter however favorable the conditions may be outside, but the mind will be in constant sorrow. It's like I'll find one or the other way to take sorrow. Even if, if someone will say, oh no, everything is good, why are you so? No, this thing is wrong, this thing is not right. It's like I'll always be in kind of a victim of mindset, where I feel nothing is, working my way, or and we have all experienced that. Both the states we've experienced. When life is a beautiful experience versus where everything is something which gives sorrow to the soul. And sometimes Baba calls it master versus slave. Master consciousness is Swaraj Adhikari, and slave is, when the soul is Adheen, right? Adheenta, jise Baba kehte hain. So today the thought was to kind of explore these two states of mind and to see how to, gently shift back to the truth, the reality. In this Monday's, I think this was Monday's blessing. Last Monday's blessing was really beautiful. And Baba talked about, I think, 3 or 4 words. And if we see, these 4 words are, Baba talked about Man, Aman, Daman, and Suman. Does anyone remember these words?
I remember.
Yeah. It was beautiful, right? When Baba shared these. It's like Man Baba said, don't try to make it Aman, like on the path of bhakti. That's what we generally do. Aman is like, we'll try to have no thoughts. Or Daman. Daman is more like we're suppressing. And Baba said, no, make it Suman. Suman is where I really make friends with my mind. I don't fight anymore, right? I'm able to be in that state of mind where I'm naturally, a master. Right? And so the slave consciousness is this: I would be either suppressing, and so it's important to realize, even when we say follow Srimad, but it shouldn't be that I'm suppressing something, because it can easily become like that, and then spiritual journey can become kind of toxic also, right? At times, it's like I'm suppressing. Baba has given a method to deal with all the negative, always thoughts, so that I don't suppress those thoughts. I have a way to kind of channelize my energy towards Baba and towards the truth. So when I'm really connected to Baba, then there won't be any energy of suppression. Because if my effort is based on a suppression, then it will show up in one or the other form, in my sanskars and in my behavior also. So if I have not controlled, or if I don't own my mind, then I'll try to control others, actually. And if I'm in control of my mind, then I wouldn't really try and control others. It's very deep. I mean, if you really think about it. If I'm trying to control drama, I'm trying to fix or trying to control other people, it's somewhere deep down I haven't controlled my own inner world. Only then I would try to control outside. But if I have controlled my inner world, then I wouldn't even feel the need to control anybody else. They say a master is someone who allows people and things to be who they are. He wouldn't try and interfere too much because he has a deeper knowing, deeper wisdom. There is a nice quote around it. Just show that. It's Chinese quote. It says, the master takes action by letting things take their course. Master takes action by letting things take their course. And, we're all remembering Dadi Prakash Mani, right? And we also kind of remember the way she would deal with everyone, because to manage such a huge, organization and so many people and so many situations isn't easy. But I believe this was kind of her principle. She would just let, like many brothers and sisters would, share about their experiences with Dadi, that we would go to Dadi with so many thoughts, and Dadi would never say or discourage anyone. Dadi would always say, and even if there would be, 2-3 thoughts in a meeting, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. And she'll say, okay, let's do everything and see what happens. She will never, it's like she's allowing things to unfold rather than trying to control everything. There is a little clip, and there's a little story around it. Let's maybe watch the story.
Once upon a time, a monk entered into king's palace and went straight to king's court. He stood there and started looking here and there. Seeing this, minister came to him and said, "O monk, this is a royal court. Don't you see that king is sitting on throne in front of you? You should bow down to king." The monk replied, "Hey minister, you go and ask your king whether he is a slave of mind or mind is his slave." Minister went to king and asked what monk said to him. King asked the minister to sit and started conversation with monk. He asked the monk, "Oh monk, what kind of question is this is? All human beings are slaves of their mind, and so I am. I do as my mind tells me to do." Hearing this, monk started laughing loudly and said, "King, you are slave of mind, and mind is my slave. Therefore, you are slave of my slave. So how can I bow down to you? You are not a king, you are subordinate of mind." Then the monk said, "King, just think, if a horse is controlled by its rider, then horse can be taken anywhere rider want it to, because horse is in control of rider. But if horse is not in control of rider, then it can take rider anywhere against his wish. It can put rider in such a situation that it can become difficult for him to get out of that situation. In such a situation, the life of the rider can also be in danger. Therefore, it is better that the horse is in control of the rider instead of the rider being in control of the horse." It was not monk's ego that he has control over his mind, but he had a sense of welfare for the king. The king understood the deep meaning behind monk's word. So he stepped down from his throne and fell at the monk's feet to take his blessings.
Also, the way he said, "You are the slave of my slave," that was quite interesting. And many times Baba says, right, "Man jeete, Jagat jeet," right? Baba says, "Man jeet, Maya jeet, Jagat jeet." And so Man jeet is really, I'm using the mind rather than the mind is using me. Many times it's like, if my mind is, aligned with the truth, then Baba can actually use the mind. And what kind of seva does Baba talk about? When Baba can use the mind, it's called which seva? Mansa seva. Right? So only if the mind is not entertaining any other elusive thoughts can the mind, Baba can really use. And really, I feel sometimes that in these times, the greatest seva is to be waste-free. It's like when the mind is not going into any wasteful or negative, only then can, Baba use the mind for his task. Otherwise, Maya will use the mind. Maya will also use the mind. So the way Maya will work is, Maya will show, what do you say, क्या कहते हैं उसको, carrot या some, what do we call it in English? A bait, something to kind of temporary, some lurements or things like that. But eventually, the soul then realizes, oh, it was a trap, and I've lost myself. Maya's bomb, right? Maya's bomb. And sometimes, Papa says Maya's game. Maya's game, the way Maya works. Right? Mhm. And if we look at Maya, or we look at negative or waste thoughts, one nice way to look at it is this. So it says that the negative or waste thoughts are real. The consequences are real, but they are born of an illusion. You really see, or any wasteful thought, any negative thought, it has real consequences because it, takes away the energy. But it is born of an illusion. So if I can train my mind, even if any waste thought is coming, if I can identify what is the illusion. And in Sunday's Murli, Baba was talking about identifying the root weakness, or the root sanskar that takes the soul away from Baba. Right? And so if I can spot it, can highlight, okay, maybe this is the weakness that is taking me away from Baba, but it is based on this illusion. Then it's easy to then bring the mind back, on into truth. And so it's really nice exercise to go deep, and reflect and identify what is the illusion that I'm holding on to. And Baba said that all the vices, Baba said every one of the vices has its corresponding waste thoughts. Right? We have total of, let's say, 10 vices, 5 big ones and then 5 small ones. And each of the vice has its corresponding waste thoughts. And once I identify which vice is it that is, bothering the soul. And it's also important to realize that because every vice has a corresponding, is the original quality of the soul. Right? So if we look at, let's say 5, we take LG, right? Anger, lust, greed, attachment, ego. Right? So if we look at all the 5, there is a corresponding virtue of the soul that actually we can work on to let go of that vice. So for anger is, what is the quality of the soul that that will work against anger? Peace, and what else? Love, yeah. Love. Papa says anger, love. So if I'm feeling anger inside, it means I have a lack of love. So if some person is making me angry, for example, it can happen at work or in personal life. And so at that moment I have to tell myself, oh, maybe I'm not having love towards, I'm not respecting the other person. I'm not seeing them as Baba's child. I'm not seeing them as a soul. I'm not seeing the value they bring to my life. Right? Sometimes it's easy to take people for granted, and just react instantly, because it just takes a moment to react. And so anger is love, right? And when we say lust, what is the opposite of lust? Purity, right? And there is another one that works directly for lust. Now, sometimes Baba calls it truth. Now, satyata, or knowledge. So lust is where I have completely forgotten my identity, got trapped into the body. And so if I'm having any lustful thoughts or feelings, even in subconscious, it means somewhere I have to then work on truth. I have to work on soul consciousness. So in that way I know where is it I need to put my effort. And then Kamna, correct.
Any
Yes,
kamna, right?
desire. Yeah.
Any desire. So,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
so,
So any desire that pulls the mind, it's somewhere I feel that, that desire is what, but it's actually, it's taking the energy away from the soul. So then when I live in truth, then this lust will go away. And then greed is, the opposite is, the Baba says peace, actually peace. Because greed is like the mind is not at peace. The mind is, always kind of wandering here, there, everywhere. Greed. And so if there is a lot of greed, means there is less contentment within, there is less peace within. And then attachment is, we say, that is purity. So if I feel attachment, it could be in relationships or it could be, attachment to ideas, right? So the more purity I have, the less attachments. And then ego actually goes with bliss. So to conquer ego takes time. It really needs that pure experience of the soul, with Baba. So the experience of bliss in meditation that then allows soul to conquer ego that way. So otherwise these will somewhere or the other control the mind and then drive the mind and then take us away from Baba. And then we'll play the game of hide and seek. And then there is one, this says how illusion works. So there are different forms of illusion. They're all related to attachment. The deepest attachment is to a memory. If something happens to something I'm attached to, I think it is happening to me. When I disconnect from my original truth, I become weak. I believe illusion is an entity. If I feel I have to battle with illusion, I'm giving life to something that doesn't exist. You don't have illusion, you come under the influence of illusion. So if something happens to something I'm attached to, I think it is happening to me. That's it's very deep.
yeah. Like if we pass along to a stranger, and that stranger is, like yelling at anybody.
Right.
Like I don't get too much distracted. Because I'm not.
Yeah. Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like if I've been knowing somebody, they are, yelling at and making,
Right.
disturbance or whatnot. Like
Yeah.
my mind will
Go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. This realization is very important. Right. That's why Baba says, no, just say Baba, 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 so that there's this emerged feeling that everything belongs to Baba. Nothing really belongs to me. Otherwise, a very simple thing can really take away all my, peace of mind. And then I like this sentence says, if I feel I have to battle with illusion, I'm giving life to something that does not exist. So there's no need to battle with a waste thought. I think these days Baba's main emphasis is on not having waste thoughts, like in all the Avyakt Murlis, I feel. So if I feel I'm battling with a waste thought, it means somewhere I have lost the bigger picture. So if I'm battling, I'm actually making it bigger. So in that moment, I have to again switch back to the truth and just stay in the truth.
Only when we जैसे बाबा बोले
Yeah.
क्योंकि किसी को देखो भी तो उसके आदि
हाँ,
तो
आदि स्वरूप को देख के,
हाँ,
राइट,
जो एग्जिस्टिंग है उसको नहीं देखना
नहीं देखना है, yeah.
तो उससे फिर you can
Yeah.
deal with the person you
Mm. I think this homework we took right last Sunday was to revise the 7-day course for ourselves every day, right? 7 days a week and 7 subjects, like 7 key concepts. And so the more I keep on revising, once what happened was, like Dadi was sitting in her, cottage and in Madhuban, and there were 2 brothers who were fighting, like fighting in the sense literally, like with hands and all. And so, but Dadi didn't say anything, nor did Dadi interfere. She was just detached. So someone then asked Dadi, what were you thinking? Because, can think about so many things, like why are they doing this? It's a spiritual organization. What will people think? Right? Yes. So, and she's the, kind of the main instrument. So Dadi said, no, Dadi just noticed there were 2 souls settling their karmic account. That's it. Dadi was just witnessing 2 souls settling their karmic account. Like her attention was on the law of karma. So her attention wasn't going in or drawn into the situation. Otherwise, I can really get trapped into what should I do? Because the more I interfere, there's no solution in that way, actually.
बहुत अच्छा स्टोरी है ये एक बार क्या होता है कि एक गुरु होते हैं वो गुरु का जो शिष्य होता है तो गुरु जा रहे होते हैं तो देखते हैं कि एक वो बर्ड जो फिश कैसे खाती है in this case let's assume it's an eagle. I don't know other birds, like it's not coming to my mind. So eagle came to eat the fish and it was really hungry. So Guru क्या किया कि fish को बचाने के चक्कर में eagle को वो हटा दिया, नहीं खाने दिया, and the eagle died, starved out of death. And then तो फिर वो like Guru died and उसके बाद मतलब कि he had to go to like hell kind of thing. तो फिर जो शिष्य था वो समझ गया कि वो मुझे ऐसा नहीं करना है. तो जब सेम इंसिडेंट फिर से हुआ तो उस टाइम शिष्य था तो इस टाइम उसने ईगल को खाने दिया मछली. तो वो भी फिर जब मर गया तो वो भी हेल में गया. फिर क्या हुआ कि उसका भी एक शिष्य था. तो लाइक सेम थिंग हैपेंड. ईगल आया और फिश था. He did not do anything. Like in fact he remembered God. Like he was in that remembrance. जैसे अकर्म का जैसे आप बोलते हैं ना. तो फिर उसको फिर सबने पूछा कि अरे हमने तो सही काम किया, उसको मतलब कि गुरु बोलते हैं कि मैं बचाया फिश को. तो बोला कि पर वो ईगल तो मर गया. फिर वो उसका शिष्य वो बोलता है कि मैंने तो खाने दिया ये सोच के. पर वो फिर उसका आंसर रहता है कि उस टाइम ईगल उतना हंग्री नहीं था. लाइक वो प्लेफुल काइंड ऑफ थिंग था, पर फिश तो मर गई. एंड तीसरा क्योंकि उसने उसमें वो ज्यादा उसमें इन्वॉल्व ही नहीं हुआ. Like he was rather than focusing there, he just remembered God. And
story.
Yeah, and then
he didn't create a karmic account basically.
Yeah.
Detached.
So वो बच गया. Yeah. So it was a pretty good like learning from there.
Right.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. That's true. Sometimes we can create, we can get into the story of others and then create a karmic account. So it's important to kind of stay detached in that way. It's a very good story. Thanks. Right. That says you don't have illusion, you come under the influence of illusion. Means, let's say anger, so I don't have anger. Or no one has anger. You just come under the influence of it. So it's important to realize no one has any vices. Like to see every soul beyond, that. Because it's easy to get into that trap also. And then we stop respecting this, we can easily stop respecting the soul for who they are as God's child. It's like, don't have illusion, you come under, for some time they can, or I can come under the influence, that's fine. It doesn't mean that I have become that, or anyone has become that. So says the two kind of ways in which we can exist. One is an insecure mind, when I think the illusion is real, and then I battle with it. And I feel the illusion is real. So if there is a waste thought, I feel I'm not good, I'm not worthy, or or someone else is not good, and then I battle with it. Versus a secure mind, when I wake up to the reality, I enjoy every scene of life. There is no then inner commentary around anything. You just easily enjoy every scene of life. And so it's really nice to see when Baba talks about something which is not right, for example, and Baba will give our attention to it. Shanti, you just read. So happy birthday to Rajesh Ben. It's a special day. ऐसे कल दादी जी का भी दिन है, तो उनका सेम है ऑलमोस्ट. दादी प्रकाश पनी का दिन कल है, टुमारो. या
हमारे लौकिक फादर का भी बर्थडे है.
अच्छा, हैप्पी राजेश. समटाइम जैसे ना बाबा भी हम देखते हैं कि कुछ भी गलत चीज भी हो रही होगी ना, वो भी अगर बताएंगे तो बाबा इस तरह से बताते हैं कि किसी को बुरा नहीं लगे. जैसे ना बाबा बोलेंगे बच्चे माया का खेल खेलते हैं ना, बाबा ऐसे नहीं डांट के या किसी तरह से ना, बाबा बहुत ही उस तरह से एकदम सिंपल, और ताकि थोड़ा रमणीक भी. और तो वही, जैसे बाबा का मन एकदम सिक्योरिटी में है जैसे ना, तो बाबा नेचुरली ही उस एक्सपीरियंस में रहते हैं. तो बाबा को फिर ये जैसे उस गेम में पढ़ने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, जैसे ये बैटल करना या कुछ, या कि ये चीज ठीक नहीं है, ऐसा भी नहीं. बाबा इज कॉन्स्टेंटली एंजॉयिंग एवरी सीन. अगर नहीं बाबा ने कहा टेंट उड़ गया, तो बाबा ने कहा अच्छा और हवा आ गई, है ना. कुछ भी जैसे बाबा है उसका पॉजिटिव कर देते हैं, जैसे ये हम सुनते हैं ना मुरलियों में, बिकॉज बाबा इज एंजॉयिंग एवरी सीन. लाइक एक बार जैसे दादी जानकी का कुछ तो एक्सीडेंट हो गया, तो वो कुछ तो बैंड लगा के आए थे, तो बाबा ने कहा और ही राजकुमारी लग रही हो आप तो, है ना. हाँ, यानी उसको जैसे बाबा परिवर्तन जैसे कर देते, और ही सुंदर लग रहे हैं आप. The secure mind will transform the situation. अच्छा, हाँ,
दादी जी का यहाँ सर्जरी हुआ था, तो यहाँ दुपट्टा डाल के 2 दिन ऐसे उनकी ब्राह्मणी ने सजा दिया. और बाबा के पास चली गई वो, तो बाबा देख के दृष्टि दिए, और भी सुंदर लग रही हो. बाबा ने ऐसे हाथ रख के उनको बहुत प्यार किया।
हाँ
दादी का तो खैर बहुत अलग ही था, एक बार 2% उनका दो हीमोग्लोबिन रह गया था, 2%, और दादी स्टेज पर पहुंच गई। इतना भी ब्राह्मणी ने उनका रोका, लेकिन वो रुकी। मैं मेरे को जाना है, और चली गई। सभी हैरान हुए क्योंकि डॉक्टर ने बोला कि 2% रह गया उनका, तो सर्जरी था कुछ था, सब निकल गया था। लेकिन उनकी हिम्मत देखो, आदमी का 7% भी रह जाए तो वो खड़ा नहीं होता।
इसलिए नहीं, Baba's method is to make us feel completely secure. So when that's what I think Baba's method really is. And when we feel secure, then we can easily, work at our best. थोड़ा भी इनसिक्योरिटी होंगी तो फिर वो कहीं ना कहीं वो माया के साथ युद्ध चलेंगे। तो अगर मन में थोड़ा भी युद्ध है तो इसका मतलब है कि आई नीड टू जस्ट make myself feel more secure inside. कहते ज्यादा में ज्यादा क्या, कभी कहना फ्यूचर को देख के या कभी कुछ भी चले संकल्प के आगे क्या होगा, ऐसे क्या होगा,
हद से बेहद
हाँ
बनाने का
हद से बेहद।
इसलिए बाबा कहते हैं कि हर सिचुएशन में आप पॉजिटिव ढूंढो, भले कितना भी एक्सट्रीम नेगेटिव है, लेकिन हमें उसमें पॉजिटिव ही होना, और जैसा सोचेंगे वैसा ही होगा। ये भी सत्य है ना, कि जैसा सोचेंगे वैसा ही होगा, क्योंकि वो एनर्जी उसी प्रकार से उसी डायरेक्शन में फ्लो करती है,
उसी डायरेक्शन में फ्लो करती है। ट्रू, राइट।
आज एक बहन ऐसे अपना कुछ दुख बोल रही थी, क्या करे, मैं अपने हस्बैंड को लेके बहुत दुखी थी, तो क्या करे, मेरा मन करता है कि बिल्कुल उसको देखने का भी दिल नहीं करता है, वो ऐसा है ऐसा है, तो बहुत सारी बातें। मैंने कहा तो बहुत अच्छा है, वो हैरान होगी क्या अच्छा है इसमें, अच्छा है आपको नस्तुनुआ हो गए, आपको बहुत होने में दिक्कत ही नहीं होगी ना, नस्तुनुआ हो गया ना, तो इससे अच्छी बात क्या हो सकती है। ऊपर से नीचे तक देखते हैं, बोलती है अरे भाई इस तरीके से तो मैंने सोचा ही नहीं था। तो बाबा यही कहते हैं कि पॉजिटिव रहो।
So वही जैसे नहीं, हम सबके साथ यही होता है, and if we see there is a small thing that we need to change, it will actually change us completely. उसमें if we really see, जैसे जो हमारा पुरुषार्थ है वो यही है, जैसे बाबा कहते हैं कि I own nothing, I own nothing, कुछ भी मेरा नहीं है। I live in the now, having won the inner battle. Own nothing, nothing, absolutely zero. That will make me completely secure. क्योंकि जिसके बारे में भी हम सोच रहे हैं वो तो anyways I have to leave, and then I don't own anything. I live in the now. Only when I don't own anything, I can live in the now, in this moment. Because then I'm completely available without any insecurity. And then I'm enjoying this scene, having won the inner battle. नहीं तो फिर battle योद्धा जो बाबा कहते हैं, तो living in the now is yogi and battling is योद्धा है।
इसका मतलब ऐसे निराश नहीं होना है कि मेरा तो कुछ आएगी दिल शिकस्त हो जाए। मैंने ये बाबा इसलिए बताते, जब भी आप दिल शिकस्त हो आप ऐसे सोचो मेरा कुछ है ही नहीं, ये बाबा है, मेरे निजी संस्कार जो अपने डेवलप करने हैं मुझे अच्छे से अच्छे। ऐसा नहीं, कई बार बच्चे उल्टा ही उठा लेते हैं मेरा तो दिल शिकस्त हो जाएंगे,
राइट।
ऐसा नहीं।
नहीं, दिस इज द रियलिटी है ना, जितना हम उस रियलिटी में रहते हैं तो उतना ऑटोमेटिकली, and it's more to do with meditation, when I'm sitting with Baba at that time, so that I don't go into any other distraction and just easily remember Baba. So there is a nice little clip about it. Let's watch it.
'Once upon a time, there lived a Zen master in a Once upon a time, there lived a Zen master in a Buddhist monastery. One day, a man came to see him and said, "Sir, my mind is very disturbed. Many thoughts keeps coming to my mind all the time. Please give me some mantra to reduce the thoughts of the mind." Zen master looked at him and said, "My friend, you start doing meditation every day. By doing meditation, slowly and slowly, your mind will start to calm down." But the man said, "Sir, please don't tell me to do meditation. I can't do meditation because when I try to meditate, even more thoughts starts to come to my mind, and most of the thoughts are negative, which makes my mind more restless." The Zen master said, "Don't worry, son. It happens in the initial stage of meditation. But by practicing meditation slowly and slowly, your mind will start to calm down." But the man said, "Sir, meditation is not my cup of tea. You please give me some mantra to calm down my mind." The Zen master saw that this man is not going to understand like this. Then he said, "Okay, if you insist, then I give you a mantra which can calm your mind." Then he whispered a mantra in his ear and said, "You have to recite this mantra by sitting alone every day." The man got very happy and said, "Thanks, master. I will surely recite this mantra every day." As he was about to turn back to leave, the Zen master said, "But remember one thing, don't think of a monkey while reciting this mantra. Otherwise, mantra will become ineffective." The man said, "Sir, why would I think of a monkey? I have never thought of a monkey in my whole life. You don't worry about it." And he left from there. The man came back home happily and sat down to recite mantra. As he started chanting mantra, he remembered the words of the Zen master that, "Don't think of a monkey when you recite this mantra." As he remembered the words of the master, pictures of monkey started to come to his mind. He started to try and ignore the thoughts of monkey. But the more he tried to ignore the monkeys, the more the monkeys started to come to his mind. And after some time, his mind was fully crowded with monkeys. The man thought, "Why Zen master gave me this instruction? If he knew that monkey was a trouble, then he should not have mentioned it. No other animal is coming to my mind, and monkeys are not living." The man got up. He took bath, changed to fresh clothes, and again sat alone in a room to chant mantra. As soon as he closed his eyes, monkeys were nudging him. They were all around him. Wherever he looked, he would see monkeys. By night, he even started seeing monkeys in the face of his family members. Man was going mad. The more he was trying to ignore monkeys, the more monkeys were coming to his mind. By morning, he was almost mad. Next morning, he ran back to the Zen master and told him everything and said, "Sir, what kind of mantra you have given me? Till yesterday, I had never thought about monkey, and now my mind is completely filled with thoughts of monkeys, and monkeys are not leaving me even for a second. Please help me and free my mind of these monkeys." Zen master said, "Okay, just relax and stop reciting mantra. Don't do anything." The man sat down relaxed and stopped reciting mantra. He was surprised that now there was no thought of monkey. Everything went to normal. Then Zen master said, "You see, my friend, I just wanted to tell you about the nature of our mind. Never try to fight with your mind. Just as the more you press the spring, the more it will jump. In the same way, the more you try to suppress your mind, the more it will become stronger. Be calm, start watching the thoughts of the mind, and you will find that your mind will gradually become calm automatically. And to watch your mind, you need to do meditation." If we see in our lives, we will find that our mind is just like a monkey, which keeps jumping here and there all the time senselessly. If you want to stop this monkey mind forcefully, then you won't be able to do this. Like, the more you try to press a spring, the more it will jump. Similarly, the more you try to stop the thoughts of your mind, the more those thoughts will come to your mind. Expert says that a human mind creates anything between 36,000 to 80,000 thoughts in a day. If you will try to stop these thoughts forcefully, then you won't be able to stop them. Instead, the very effort to stop it gives it energy. The very effort to avoid it becomes attention. When you start to avoid something, you start paying too much attention to it. Therefore, there is no need to stop thoughts. Only thing you need to do is to watch your thoughts unattached. In our routine life, generally, we are not able to watch our thoughts, but in meditation, you can easily do it. Therefore, you need to practice meditation to witness your mind. Some people experience that when they start meditation, more thoughts start to come to their mind. But the reason behind it is that when we start meditating, the old impressions hidden in our mind start to erupt. Just like if you clean your house, then all the garbage comes out. Similarly, when you start meditating, all the garbage of the mind starts coming out and you will start having more thoughts. But you need not to worry about it and keep watching your thoughts unattached and continue your meditation practice. Slowly and slowly, when all the garbage of the mind comes out, then the mind itself will start to calm down and you will start having less thoughts. And with long practice, you will surely be able to control your mind.
There was a very nice story. Monkeys, he was thinking about monkeys. The more he tried to ignore, the more. So it's like, so meditation is not about, battling. That's how we start to battle. So all we need to do is so simple. Just gently start to pay attention to truth, to the soul, to the journey of the soul, to the relationship with the divine. That's it. And then automatically those feelings will come and saturate the mind. So I'll maybe end with one slogan. And that slogan is, says, mind your senses and sense your mind. Mind your senses and sense your mind. So I'm mindful. So I'm using the body, the senses as a soul, and then I'm sensing my mind. And so I'm connecting back to the energy of the invisible, the truth, right? Thank you.
इसलिए बाबा कहते हैं जब भी आप कोई नेगेटिव थॉट इसको नहीं करना है तो हम उसको मन की फितरत है कि उसको बार बार फिर सोचते हैं ये नहीं करना है तो उसको ज्यादा छोटे बच्चे को बोले ये काम नहीं करना उसको जरूर करेंगे तो ऐसे जो हमारा मन ये जो छोटा बच्चा है हम जिस बात को उसको कहेंगे इसको नहीं करना है उसको और ज्यादा करेंगे इसलिए उसको दिखाना है कि मन की और भी ज्यादा मन की उसके माइंड में आए इसलिए बाबा कहते हैं कि बी पॉजिटिव मैं कौन हूँ मेरा कौन बस इतने I am soul, not a body.
Yeah.
I am soul, my father is supreme soul.
Yeah.
So two dot.
Correct. Yeah.
So no any negative thought.
I really liked that the word Baba said, Daman. Daman is like I'm fighting. So there's no need for Daman. But Suman.
Yeah. क्योंकि always the negative thought आता है तो energy डिप्लीट होती है.
Yeah.
पॉजिटिव आई एम सोल, माय फादर इज सुप्रीम सोल, पर एनर्जी फुल होती है.
Hmm.
ऑलवेज कंसंट्रेशन विद पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, सोर्स, फुल सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी. तो जहां मेरा मन लगता है वहां से हम जुड़ जाते हैं. तो नेगेटिव थॉट से जुड़े तो नेगेटिव एनर्जी ड्रेन आउट, और पॉजिटिव थॉट से जुड़े तो एनर्जी फुल. हमारा मन वहां जुड़ गया, जब जैसे जुड़ गया तो वो शक्ति, उसकी सारी शक्ति मेरे अंदर फ्लो होने लगी. तो मेरा मन पॉजिटिविटी से भर गया. पॉजिटिविटी से भरा तो क्या हुआ कि हम हैप्पी, चीयरफुल, खुशहाल. और नेगेटिविटी के थॉट से भरा तो एनर्जी पूरी लीक और हम दुख के सागर में समा गए. कितना बाबा साइंस समझा रहा है पूरा.
Om Shanti. Again, a great Thursday session we all wait for. Topic is really beautiful. Who controls our mind? Either the illusion or the supreme, or we can call it maybe a thought of supreme or connection with supreme. And even if any thought of illusion comes, which is, I think, for a Lokik life, it's a part of it. So we can shift it back. If we are genuinely in touch with the Supreme, we can shift it back. If we have not lot of knowledge, even the knowledge ingrained or maybe regular practice, so the connection can be recovered, because Maya will keep coming from any directions, but it's our practice and our belief in the Supreme Soul which can make our mind our slave, not vice versa. And the story of the king and the monk is really beautiful. Like at the end, who is slave, your mind or vice versa? It's a beautiful topic. I think practicing would make it much better. Listening is, yes, very important, because once it goes in, it comes whenever the time is it's needed. So practice of this thing is really important. So thank you, Baba. Thank you, Saranbhai. Thank you, family.
Shanti. Yeah, the topic for the day was who owns my mind. I believe, like, whatever feeling we dwell and feed onto, that is the one that will grow more. So if we are feeding negative thoughts, negative emotions, which like you said, it's all illusion, it's all something that is not real, but we can make it real if we just keep feeding to it, pondering upon it, and not changing the psychic of the thoughts, making it move to the right direction. And that can only happen through meditation. When we are at calm, we try to feel our thoughts, how the mind is moving, and then we can work on it, like where the waste energy is flowing. Once we recognize that, and then try to move it to the truth, what the truth is, then we can take calmness and comfort in that truth. And then our mind would not reverberate so much, and it will stay at calm and peace. Yeah. But they are wonderful sessions of Rabbi. Yeah, thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Any other thoughts anyone would like to share?
Om Shanti Swarup, brother. I think we are all very blessed to have Baba, because only people knows how to be, and what we have to do, what we have to be, and how we have to be. But Baba actually gives us the direction, like this is what you should do, this is what you should do, like spoon feeding. You do this, then you will be safe. You do this is will be like Laukik people, like other side, like people will be behind that, is it like whoever has done mastery in that, so they'll just bend themselves. But Baba is actually working on us to make all of us worthful of whatever. So we are feeling blessed. So thank you. Om Shanti Swarup.
Yeah, Rani, thank you. That's so true. Baba has so much love for his children, right? Yeah, that's true. Thank you.
Om Shanti Saurabh, Om Shanti everyone.
Shanti.
Today was a very important topic, and on this topic, we learned that 80,000 thoughts come every day in our mind, and some of them are positive, some of them are negative. So to control these few thoughts which are coming negative, we have the other words. So just like we learned, if we have the ego, then we can use the bliss. So that kind of we can control our negative thoughts, and meditation will help to improve the quality of our thoughts. So that is the more important.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, Neeraj bhai. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Great. Any other thoughts? Mhm. Let us wish Rajesh Ben a happy birthday. So let us sing together. Right?
Om Shanti Didi, happy birthday.
to you.
Om Shanti. Happy birthday,
Happy
Rajesh.
birthday
Happy
to
birthday
you.
to
Happy
you.
birthday, Rajesh Ben.
Happy
Happy
birthday, dear
birthday
Didi.
to you. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday to you, Didi.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
राजेश का मतलब ये राजा, right? One who is naturally in control, right? Yeah.
हमारा birthday हम चला 25 तारीख सेलिब्रेट अभी वहां तो हो रहा है ना मधुबन में.
Papa has blessed Rajesh Ben with, really say this tirelessness. I never see her tired at all. Like, and her
ऐसा भी कुछ नहीं है.
enthusiasm to
Tired.
नहीं, उनका जो उमंग उत्साह है ना कि बाबा का संदेश सबको पहुंचाना है, तो ये जैसे बहुत ही इंस्पायरिंग है. और उनको ना उनको ये नहीं होता जैसे कि जैसे ना हर्ष भाई भी कहते हैं बेहद में वो रहते हैं. उनको ये नहीं कि कहाँ भी, लेकिन कोई भी आत्मा दिखे उनको ये अंदर से रहता है कि उनको बाबा का परिचय मिलना चाहिए. सो दिस नीड्स अ लॉट ऑफ सेल्फ बिलीफ, है ना, बाबा में निश्चय. और एक जहाँ सत्यता होती है ना, तो वहाँ निर्भयता भी होती है. जैसे उनको ना थोड़ा भी भय नहीं है जैसे, तो ये बहुत जैसे शिव शक्ति जिसे बाबा कहते हैं, है ना. तो वी आर रियली ब्लेस्ड टू हैव राजेश पेन.
यूज कर लेता है किसी के हाथ, किसी के पैर, किसी का काम तो वही करता है. हम तो कुछ करते नहीं, कोई नहीं करता, वही करता है. तो थैंक्स है उसको, वो हमें थोड़ा भी यूज कर लेता हूँ.
हाँ, इंस्ट्रूमेंट भी तो बाबा को चाहिए ना, रेडी को.
बाबा थैंक यू.
थैंक यू. थैंक यू. So have a nice rest of the evening. Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you, Swarup.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Bhaiji.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Bhaiji.